Hello everyone, and welcome to Sunup. I'm Lyndall Stout. We join you today from Lahoma at the North Central Research Station for the annual Wheat Field Tour. There's always a lot of information to cover in terms of crops and policy and equipment, but the big story, of course, is always the wheat. And that's where we begin with Sunup's Dave Deacon and our Extension Small Grain Specialist, Jeff Edwards.
Well, Jeff, what are producers seeing across Oklahoma in their wheat?
Well, we have some extremely drought-stressed wheat across the state. Wheat that still has yield potential is few. Those acres are few and far between. A lot of acres have been abandoned. This will be, my prediction is, one of our smallest wheat crops ever.
Previous years, we've talked about drought in Oklahoma and wheat, and we've always said this could be. This actually, is building up to be the year, possibly.
It is, and one concern that producers have with the limited harvest that we're going to have is seed supplies for this fall, and that can be an issue. Typically, though, every time that we've had this situation, we've had enough seed to go around, and my prediction is we will have enough seed to plant this fall. Those who have a very good working relationship with a certified seed producer and have been good customers, I predict they'll probably be able to get the varieties that they want. Some of the rest of us may not be able to pick and choose, but there will be enough seed to go around.
Now that raises a question: can producers save their seed?
For most of our varieties, producers can save seed to plant back on their own farming operation indefinitely. They're protected by what's called the Plant Variety Protection Act. They can save it on their own farm. Can't sell it to a neighbor. Most of the varieties that we grow now can only be sold as a certified class of seed. And any way trying to get around that is a violation of the law. Swapping seed in the field or just filling up a neighbor's truck or something, that's a violation of the law. And there are penalties, economic penalties for doing that as well. And it's just not worth it whenever you look at what you would be saving. One exception to that would be our Clearfield varieties.
Okay.
And that trait in those varieties is protected by a utility patent. Mm-hmm. And that seed from any Clearfield variety, double stop CL plus, Centerfield, cannot be saved. You have to purchase new seed every year, and that's a very important distinction for our growers to know about.
And of course, because of quality in your wheat, that's a good idea to go ahead and look at buying new seed every year also.
It is. If you look at how much you're going to have in that farmer saved seed, you're going to have shrinkage. You need to clean it, and also it may not be of the best quality. Generally, certified seed does make up that additional difference in price and then some. So it's a good investment for most of our farmers.
Okay, in the show we only have 27 minutes, 45 seconds, but I want to ask you, what are the really good varieties this year in this drought?
Well, there's drought and there's drought.
There's drought.
and this year we have drought. And the thing about it is none of the varieties are really standing out as being super drought tolerant because we just have had no water whatsoever. One of our experimental lines that we have, 9125, has given me some promise in that it did hold on longer than some of the other varieties. So I think there is some potential there for drought tolerance with that variety. But a drought like this one, it really treats everybody equal in terms of varieties.
So Jeff, there are actually issues with a couple of diseases right now.
One disease that we've seen a lot in central Oklahoma this year is wheat streak mosaic virus, and normally we consider that to be a panhandle wheat.
Right.
We've seen a lot of it downstate this year, and my guess is that there's a lot more of it out there than we realize because it's hard to distinguish it from drought sometimes. That disease is transmitted by the wheat curl mite, and the key to preventing that next year is to make sure that we keep a good handle on volunteer wheat or any volunteer grass this summer. Keep those things in check. The other thing that controlling that volunteer frequently is going to do for us is help conserve soil moisture. And as we've seen this year, we need to hold on to every bit of soil moisture that we can. So control volunteer this summer. Make sure that it is dead, completely brown for at least 2 weeks prior to planting wheat.
Okay, and then of course we're just optimistic for next year. It's what OSU folks do.
We are. Next year's going to be better. Next year's going to be better. There's always next year. Next year's going to be a good wheat year.
Next year, yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Jeff Edwards, wheat specialist here at Oklahoma State University.